First off, I want to say shalom, salam, assalamu alaikum, hotep, black power, whatever's your favorite. The Nanesh, Akamjata, and Kamelahi. Habeen with Knox and Queens, I'm feeling it in it. Yes, I pray, I believe in the truth and the planting of these seeds. Yeah, yes, I pray, I believe in the impossible things that's unseen. Yeah, yes, I pray, I believe.
Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom, kulam. This is Uziyahu Ben Yehuda, a.k.a. Uziyahu HaMelech. And I just want to say Shabbat Shalom. I know it's been a long time. I'm excited for tonight. I'm excited for this Yom HaShabbat. So now you're going to see some changes here, some updates here. And this would be, we are Bysa B'nai Yisrael, Shemitic African. Tzedakah, which means righteousness. We are a nation, Bysa Tzedakah Nation. And, this is our updated logo with the red, black, and green, with the menorah and the Bysa. You have the Father's name in the Paleo Hebrew. You have Shemitic. You have Leviticus 19:2. And then you also have Yahoshua, Lion of Yehuda, on the chest of the lion. And we also just presenting Bysa Tzedakah Edah. So Edah means like group or congregation or, gathering or people. So Bysa Tzedakah Edah. All right, let's get started. So I want to go over the first installment of this year, which would be a Hebrew pictograph. And I'm going to be going over the Hebrew pictograph word Shema. And Shema means listen, hear, and obey. All right, so let's get into it. All right, let me just check something real quick. Make sure everything is good. All right, we good. All right, let's get into it. I'm excited about this one. Man, I just hope that y'all follow me. Man, I'm just excited about this one. So, as you can see, that's the Bysa Tzedakah Hebrew Pictograph. That's the logo that you'll see that when we're getting to like some Hebrew pictograph, And so we have the Shema. We have the Sheen, Mem, Ayin, Shema. Shema means hear, listen, and obey. You have Sheen, which means teeth. I'm going to go from the right to the left, starting at the blue letter. It looks like two front teeth. So you have teeth, destroy, consume. You have Mem. Mem looks like water. It means water, blood, and chaos. And you got Ayin. It looks like an eye. It means I, see, and to know. Okay? All right. Now, right here is the Hebrew pictograph Aleph Bet. That'll be something good for all of us to get used to knowing, get familiarized with this chart, because we'll be using the letters, and when we're looking at the words, investigating the words, these Hebrew pictograph definitions will help us to understand the relationship and the revelation of the letters and the words when they're together. So it's usually the function, the meaning, prophetic, Messiah, Israel, Yah, we kind of stay in that lane, okay? Now, with the Shema, when you look at the word, when you look at any of these Hebrew pictograph words, you might have more than one meaning. So with this one, I actually was able to extract 7 different meanings from the one word Shema. Okay? And I'm going to go into these seven different meanings, okay? The first, when we look at it, Shema, right? It means hear, listen, to obey. Now, one word that you see in Shema is Sheen and Mem. Shem, which means name. So you have Shem in the word Shema. You have name in the word Shema. All right? So when you look at it, you can see the I. That's Ayin. And then you have the Shin and the Mem, that means name. So it means to see the name. So one, you see, it means to see. So let's start at number one. So number one, it means to see, water, and teeth. Teeth and water, you know, when you have teeth, water represents saliva. So teeth and water, which is really teeth and saliva, and that's in the mouth of the speaker. So it means to see, water, and teeth. Teeth and water, saliva, that's in the mouth of the speaker. Two, see the name, right? Ayin is to see, Shem is the name. See the name, to see and listen to Shem, which means the name / speaker. And then three, you know, we are to Shema. We are to hear, listen, and obey the words in Torah. And the Torah is the law and instructions of Yahweh, Yod He Wah He. Some people say Yahuwah. Some people say Yahweh, of Yah. So number one is the speaker. So you have Moshe, he was the speaker. And then you have Yah, he speaks as well, because Yah spoke his words to Moshe. And hopefully you can see this. This is Exodus chapter 7, verse 1 through 7. So Yahweh said to Moshe, see, I have made you a Elohim to Pharaoh, and Aharon, your brothers, is your prophet. You shall speak all that I command you, and Aharon, your brothers, shall speak to Pharaoh, to let the children of Israel go out of his land. But I am going to harden the heart of Pharaoh, and shall increase my signs and my wonders in the land of Mitzrayim. And Pharaoh is not going to listen to you, and I shall lay my hand on Mitzrayim, and bring my divisions and my people, Bnei Israel, the children of Israel, out of the land of Mitzrayim by great judgments. And the Mitzrites shall know that I am Yahweh, or Yahuwah, or Yah, when I stretch out my hand on Mitzrayim, and I shall bring the children of Israel, Bnei Israel, out from among them. And Moshe and Aharon did as Yahweh commanded them, so they did. Now Moshe was 80 years old and Aharon 83 years old when they spoke to Pharaoh. So you see, Yahweh spoke to Moshe, and then Moshe and Aharon spoke to Pharaoh. So number one, the first definition is the speaker, right? To see the name. And that's Moshe, and that's Yah, the speaker. All right. Now, number two, check this out. It's going to get a little bit more intense. Number two, you see, Ayin is to see, Sheen is teeth, it means destroy. And then you have Mem, which means water. So see the destruction by water. One, it was the flood in Noah's time. Two, remember, Israel was saved by Yah via Moshe, Moses, by splitting of the Red Sea, or the Sea of Reeds, with a staff wood in his hand. They were saved by water. And remember, three, the Egyptians were destroyed by the water. All right, see the destruction by water. Genesis 6, 8 through 11, then 17. But Noah, now check this out. So see the destruction by water. Verse 17 is where it's at. Verse 8. But Noah found favor in the eyes of Yahweh. This is the genealogy of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, perfect in his generations. Noah walked with Elohim. And Noah brought forth 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. 11. And the earth was corrupt before Elohim, and the earth was filled with violence. Now remember, the Hebrew Pictograph definition means see the destruction by water. Look at verse 17. And see, right? I myself am bringing flood waters, right? Water on the earth to destroy Sheen, right? So see, I myself am bringing flood waters, Mem, on the earth to destroy Sheen, in which is the breath of life from under the heavens. All that is on the earth is to die. I was like, yo, that's crazy, right? Because I'm like, man, it's the Hebrew Pictograph. Is it like a coincidence or is it whatever? But when I seen that verse, that stood out. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. And so, and verse 17, Genesis 6:17, and see, right? I myself am bringing flood waters, Mem, on the earth to destroy Sheen, in which the breath. So that's Shema. So that's basically like Shema, you know. And see, I myself am bringing flood waters on the earth to destroy all flesh, in which is the breath of life from under the heavens. All that is on the earth is to die. Excuse me. Now check this out. Exodus 14, 13 through 16, and then 26 through 31. Check this out. So that I don't know. To me, that's just kind of crazy how that that came to be. All right, Exodus 14, 13 through 16. And then 26 through 31. And Moshe said to the people, do not be afraid, stand still and see the deliverance of Yahweh, which he does for you today. For the Mitzrites whom you've seen today, you are never, never to see again. Yahweh does fight for you, and you keep still. Sorry about that. And Yahweh said to Moshe, why do you cry to me? Speak to Bnei Israel, speak to the children of Israel, and let them go forward. And you lift up your rod and stretch out your hand over the sea and divide it. And let the children of Israel go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. The Yahweh said to Moshe, stretch out your hand over the sea and let the waters come back upon the Mitzrites, on their chariots and on their horsemen. 27. And Moshe stretched out his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its usual flow at the break of day. When the Mitzrites fleeing into it, thus Yahweh overthrew the Mitzrites in the midst of the sea. And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen and all the army of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them, and not even one was left of them. And Bnei Israel walked on dry ground in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall to them on their right and on their left. Thus Yahweh saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Mitzrites, and Israel saw the Mitzrites dead on the seashore. And Israel saw the great work which Yahweh had done in Mitzrayim, and the people feared Yahweh, Yahuwah, or Yah, and believed Yahweh and his servant Moshe. All right, so that's 2. So let's recap. So 1, we're talking about the speaker, which is Moshe and which is Yah. That's Shema. 2, see the destruction by water. The flood of Noah's time, Israel was saved by Yah via Moshe through the splitting of the Red Sea. And 3, the Egyptians, so they were saved by the water. And then the Egyptians was destroyed by the water. Remember, Shema means to hear, listen, and obey. Now check out 3. So first we see that Israel so far was saved by water when they listened, Shema. 3, see the destruction by blood. 1, Moses first was told by Yah to tell Israel to put the blood of the lamb on the doorpost. So they were saved by the blood of the lamb. And 2, death of the firstborn child of the Egyptians, livestock, and all those who didn't have the blood of the lamb. All right. Since this is Passover season, some of us already celebrated. Some of us are celebrating now. So this is on time. So remember, ayin is see. Mem can mean water, blood, or chaos. So this time is see the blood, and then sheen means destroy. So this means see the destruction by the blood. Exodus 12, 12, 15, and 21 through 24. 12. And I shall pass through the land of Mitzrayim on that night, and shall smite all the firstborn in the land of Mitzrayim, both man and beast, and all on the might and on all the mighty ones of Mitzrayim I shall execute judgment. I am Yahweh. And the blood shall be a sign for you on the house where you are. And when I see the blood, I shall pass over you, and let the plague not come on you to destroy you when I smite the land of Mitzrayim. And this day shall become to you a remembrance. You shall observe it as a festival to Yahweh throughout your generations. Observe it as a festival, an everlasting law. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. Indeed, on the first day you cause leaven to cease from your houses. For whoever eats leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that being shall be cut off from Israel. And Moshe called for all the elders of Israel and said to them, go out and take lambs for yourselves, according to your clans, and slaughter the Passover lamb. And you shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 doorposts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out of the door of his house until morning. And Yahweh shall pass on to smite the Mitzrites, or the Egyptians, and shall see the blood on the lintel and on the 2 doorposts. And Yahweh shall pass over the door and not allow the destroyer to come into your houses to smite you. And you shall guard this word as a law for you and your sons forever. So we see that those who follow and put the blood on their doorposts were saved by the blood of the lamb against death, against the plague of death, the destroyer, right? Now, Exodus chapter 12, verse 26 through 31. And it shall be when your children say to you, what does this service mean to you? Then you shall say, it is the Pesach, or Passover slaughtering of Yahweh, who passed over the houses of Bnei Israel, the children of Israel, in Mitzrayim, when he smote the Mitzrites and delivered our households, and the people bowed their heads and did obey. And the children of Israel went away and did so. So Yahweh had commanded Moshe and Aaron, so they did. And it came to be at midnight that Yahweh smote all the firstborn in the land of Mitzrayim, from the firstborn of Pharaoh, who sat on his throne, to the firstborn of the captive, who was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of livestock. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, and all the Mitzrites. And there was a great cry in Mitzrayim, for there was not a house where there was not a dead one. Then he called for Moshe and Aaron by night and said, arise, go out from the midst of my people, both you and the children of Israel, and go serve Yahweh, as you have said. Hallelujah. So, you see, we were saved by the blood of the Lamb. So we not only were we saved by the water, and water is cleansing, and we were saved by the blood of the Lamb. So remember these 2 things that Yah used to save Bnei Israel: the blood of the Lamb and water. 4, see the destruction of the children. Of course, the death of the firstborn child of the Egyptians, livestock, and all those who didn't have the blood of the Lamb. Yah told Moses to tell Pharaoh that Israel is my firstborn, and let my people go. If Pharaoh refused to let his people go, that he will kill his son, his firstborn. All right. So we got Exodus chapter 4, verse 21 through 23. And Yahweh said to Moshe, as you go back to Mitzrayim, see that you do all those wonders before Pharaoh, which I have put in your hand. But I'm going to harden his heart so that he does not let the people go. And you shall say to Pharaoh, thus says Yahweh, Yisrael is my son, my firstborn. So I say to you, let my son go to serve me. But if you refuse to let him go, see, I am killing your son, your firstborn. And I shall pass through the land of Mitzrayim on that night, and shall smite all the firstborn in the land of Mitzrayim, both man and beast. And on all the mighty ones in Mitzrayim I shall execute judgment. I am Yahweh. And the blood shall be a sign for you on the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I shall pass over you, and let the plague not come on you to destroy you when I smite the land of Mitzrayim. And this day shall become to you a remembrance, and you shall observe it as a festival to Yahweh throughout your generations. Observe it as a festival and everlasting law. So now you see the destruction of the children. But remember, during the time when Moses was born, it was what? It was the killing of the Hebrew boys. It was the destruction of the children. Remember how Moshe, he was brung out of the water by Pharaoh's daughter, but they tried to have him escape so he wouldn't be destroyed. So the Pharaoh was trying to see the destruction of the Hebrew children, and then now we see how it came back. The same thing that was used against our people, against the Hebrews, was brought back to them. All right. So Ayin. So hold on. Ayin means see. Sheen means destruction. But if you go into the definition of mem, it can also mean nation and children. All right. So this one say, so this one is Ayin C, Mem is nation, and Sheen means destroy. So see the destruction of the nation. The 10 plagues that Yah sent to Pharaoh in Mitzrayim, Egypt, to destroy Mitzrayim. If Pharaoh won't let the people of Bnei Israel, children of Israel, go. The 10 plagues, turning water into blood, frogs, lice or gnats, wild animals or flies, pestilence of livestock, boils, thunderstorm of hail and fire, locusts, 3 days of darkness, and death of the firstborn son. I have the scriptures there so you can look at it as a reference. I won't read all that, but you see that. So number 6, Ayin means to see. Mem can mean chaos, and Sheen can mean destruction. So see the chaos and destruction. So when we Shema, when we hear, when we listen, when we obey to Yahweh and his Torah, law instructions, then we will see the chaos and destruction of the enemies, the nations, and we will receive the blessings. When we don't Shema, when we don't hear, listen, and obey the Torah of Yahweh, we receive the curses. The nations and our enemies will see the chaos and destructions of our people, Bnei Israel. Maybe Yahweh will allow our enemies to participate in our chaos and destruction, and we will be destroyed and overcome by them as well. So blessings and curses depends on Shema, depends on us hearing, listening, and obeying. Hallelujah. Deuteronomy 6:4-7. The first word where you see Shema is in Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4. Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. Or hear, O Yisrael, Yahweh or Elohim, Yahweh is one. And you shall love Yahweh you shall love Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart, with all your being, with all your might. And these words which I am commanding you today shall be in your heart. And you shall impress them upon your children, and shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. So look, this is Deuteronomy 28, 1-2, and then 14 and 15. And it shall be, if you diligently obey the voice. So remember, if you diligently obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim, to guard to do all his commands, which I am commanding you today, the Yahweh your Elohim shall set you high above all nations of the earth. Excuse me. And all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you if you obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim. That's if we obey. That's the blessings. But Deuteronomy 28, 14 and 15, here's the curses. Excuse me. And do not turn aside from any of the words which I am commanding you today, right or left, to go after other mighty ones to serve them. And it shall be, if you do not obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim, to guard to do all his commands and his laws which I command you today, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you. So that's the blessing and the curses. So let's go back. What do we have so far? So you got to listen, right? Shema means to see the name, right? To see the water and teeth. That means to see the teeth and saliva. That's so you're looking at the mouth of the person who's speaking. The speaker. So it's the speaker. Yah is the speaker, and Yah gives Moshe the words to speak to us, or the angels, or the Malakim, you know. The speaker. Number 2, see the destruction by water. We just read the scriptures on that. 3, see the destruction by blood. 4, see the destruction of the children. 5, see the destruction of the nation. 6, see the chaos and destruction. But it all comes down to this, I believe, concerning the Messiah, concerning Yahushua HaMashiach. How did Yah save Bnei Israel back when we was in Egypt? We were saved by the blood of the Lamb, and we were saved by water. Salvation. I hope y'all, is somebody catching it? We were saved by the blood of the Lamb, and we were saved by water. So 7, this all comes to Messiah, blood of the Lamb and water salvation. Hallelujah. I hope for those who are following right now, I hope Yah gives you the understanding. For those who may watch this video later, I hope you get this understanding. So let's get into it. Okay. Yah saved Bnei Israel, the children of Israel, when they were in bondage and slaves in Mitzrayim, Egypt. First, he saved Bnei Israel from the death plague when he told Moshe or Moses to put the blood of the lamb on the doorpost. That's saved by the blood. Then he saved Bnei Israel when they were pursued by Pharaoh by splitting the Red Sea, see and read. And once Bnei Israel made it across, then Moshe made the waters return to its original form and killed and drowned the Mitzrites, the Egyptians that pursued Bnei Israel. So that's saved by water. The connection of the Messiah, blood and water. Remember, the Messiah was pierced on the side of his body, and out came blood and water, and it's supposed to be our salvation, right? When you accept Messiah, you accept the blood of the Lamb, and then you are baptized or immersed in water for salvation. There was also a connection to the temple and tabernacle. The bronze or brazen altar was located in the outer court of the tabernacle, which you presented the sacrifice, which would be the animal, and the blood of the sacrifice on the altar. Then you have the bronze or brazen laver, which was past, you go past the bronze altar, and before you enter the tabernacle in the holy place, the priests will wash themselves clean before entering to the holy place. Hopefully we can see the blood and water salvation connection. Hallelujah. All praises to Yah. All right. Now, I'm going to hit you with some scriptures, and we're going to end it like this. Check it. Leviticus 17:11. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make atonement for your lives, for it is the blood that makes atonement for the life. Hebrews 9:22. And according to the Torah, almost all is cleansed with blood, and without shedding of blood, there is no forgiveness. John 19:34. But one of the soldiers pierced his side with a spear, and instantly blood and water came out. Blood and water. Matthew 26:28. For this is my blood, that of the renewed covenant, which is shed for many for the forgiveness of sin. Matthew 3:15. That was blood, his water. But Yahushua, when answering, said to them, permit it now. Said to him, talking about Yehochanan, John the Baptist, John the Immerser, Yehochanan the Immerser, right, in the water. But Yahushua answering said to him, permit it now, for thus it is fitting for us to feel all righteousness. So hold on. He's talking about feeling all righteousness when Yehochanan is about to immerse him. Now look at what happens after he's immersed. Then he permitted him, and having been immersed, this is after Yahushua was immersed, and he just said, excuse me, to feel all righteousness. All right, 16. And having been immersed, Yahushua went up immediately from the water, and see, the heavens were open, and he saw the spirit or the Ruach of Elohim descending like a dove and coming upon him, and see a voice. Now, this is not thus says Yah, it's really the voice of Yah talking. And see a voice. They're all listening to a voice. It's not a man, it's Yah. And see a voice out of the heaven saying, this is what Yah said, this is my son, the beloved, in whom I delight. If you look up the word beloved, that means David. If you look up David, that means beloved. And then this is my son, the beloved. Now let's translate it. This is the son of David, in whom I did delight. I hope somebody caught that. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So the Shema, because I'm going to do a series, and I'm going to go over this verse. So the first one I did today was Shema. I'm going to break down this whole verse. I'm going to individually. So the next episode I'm going to do is probably going to be, oh, you know what? The next episode I'm going to do is the name of Moshe, to show you that connection. And then I'm going to do Shema, Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. Hear, O Yisrael, Yahweh, our Elohim, Yahweh is one. So you can find this on the Bysa Tzedakah Study Charts channel. You can also find this on the Bysa Tzedakah Edah YouTube channel. Yeah, so thank you all for watching. So, subscribe to Bysa Tzedakah Study Charts. I'm going to have charts, books and stuff like that on that one. And this is Bysa Tzedakah Edah. Edah means like gathering, congregation, people. This would be the channel where I will do like Shabbat and do other different biblical studies on here. Yeah, so let me end you with this. This is how you bless B'nai Israel. You tell them, may Yahweh bless you. May Yahweh keep you. May Yahweh shine his face upon you and give you peace. And hey, I hope this was edifying. Let me do, hold on. Let me do this. I hope, so look, let me go back one more time. So Shema, when I was breaking this down, it had 7 different breakdowns. The speaker, which was Moshe and Yah. 2, see the destruction by water, see the destruction by blood, see the destruction of the children, see the destruction of the nation, see the chaos and destruction. And it all reveals 7, the Messiah, blood of the Lamb, and water, salvation. So I just want to say, hallelujah. Pray this edifies. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, man, did y'all get it? If you don't understand it, let me know. If you get it, let me know. It would be exciting to know those who are edified and like that this spoke to. So this is my first one I'm starting off with, the first lesson of the year. And so I think for me, that makes me understand even more important the importance of the blood of the Lamb, accepting Yahushua HaMashiach, accepting the Messiah, because that's the plan of Yah's salvation, and also the immersion. That's very important as well, because remember the Messiah said, let this righteousness happen. And then after he came out of the water, after being immersed, he seen the spirit of Elohim descend upon him like a dove, and then a voice spoke and said, this is my son, my beloved, whom I shall delight in. That's the son of David, because Yahushua is the son of David. Yahushua is the Messiah, and the salvation is the blood of the Lamb and water. Those was the tools that was used for ancient Israel, and today, accepting the Messiah, those are the tools that we use today. Shalom, shalom.
Yes, I pray, I believe in Yahweh, Elohim, and Yahushua is King. Yes, I pray, 5 times a day. Yeah. I'm Afro-Asiatic, Hebrew Israelite, Shemitic, Semitic. She's Afro-Asiatic. I'm Afro-Asiatic, Southern, I am Central, but we still have the scent.